Greetings from California.
So dramatic. I love it. And greetings from New York.
I I have finally come to realize I am dramatic. And I
You
am
don't say. You don't say. Ladies and gentlemen, PopRoast breaking news. Alex is dramatic. I
But
couldn't help.
I'm sorry, life is to be lived, damn it. I mean, why just sit there when you can sit there?
I know. I mean, I love it. So, just to let y'all know, I have been on not Instagram, YouTube Live all day. Like first, like at 11 o'clock, I did my New York review. I'm sure y'all saw the wig that I have on for Uber, and not one. I did both wigs as a reenactment. I'm just letting you know. So go see it on my YouTube.
Always time for a good shake and go.
Right? A good shake and go. On my floor. Anyway, and then afterward at 2 o'clock, I did my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City review. That was another live. And now I am back on here. Look, all in a day's work.
I tell you, I did Agatha, Housewives of OC, Housewives of New York, and Housewives of Salt Lake City yesterday. So I had to catch up a little too.
Yeah,
but also, it's nice stuff is on.
Yes, I'm working again.
Right, like it's like, oh wow, I have some things to catch up on rather than guess I'll do some old Married to Medicine today since ain't nothing else going on.
Exactly. Also, it's been a long week, but also I hope like our Florida watchers are okay. I know y'all was hit, and as someone being from New Orleans and knowing a thing or two about hurricanes, it can be crazy. So we hope all of you are okay.
And your loved ones and your pets, and we're happy that you're spending the power that you have watching us.
Yes.
So since we both have gotten off of a little housewife jag, I was watching Watch What Happens Live. I was interested in what direction Andy's eye was facing, for the winter season. Now, you see, we have groundhogs in the fall to tell us if it will be in early spring, but Andy Cohen's eye in the fall will tell us if it's going to be a long winter. A long winter. So when his eye is like Tweet Song and it's over to the left, we have a more mild winter. So since I'm moving to Philly, I was like, let me check this out. So he was looking over to the left. So it won't be that bad this winter, according to Andy's eye. But Christian Siriano was on the show, and he said that the housewives don't pay for his dresses, and he likes people that do. I can understand that, Christian, but you make couture garments for elegant women. Why do you think the housewives would be your customer base? These are girls that would borrow a dress and not buy a dress because, again, you're designing for elegant women. These are heifers on the stroll. They are gig to gig, check to check, episode to episode. Don't believe me? Ask Kenya Moore's Mortgage.
Yeah, I saw that clip. Like, he just said that they don't pay. And the only one that does pay, he gave her a shout out, Bronwyn, who's been wearing couture. I mean, look, it ain't tricking if you got it. So at least, like, the funds are there.
Please, sorry. Erica Jane proved that may not be the case. I don't know. Methinks thou protest too. You coming on a little strong for me with these costumes, to be honest. Now, I will give her the red heart coat, $15,000 Yves Saint Laurent. But oh, it's Machino. You look like a fool and you knew you looked like a fool. You thought you were going to carry it off. I feel like if she had just done the hat, it would have worked. Like that's what Sarah Jessica would have done. She would have done a red dress and a hat. So that way it's like, okay, it's a little something, a little ketchup and mustard, but that full outfit, girl, they soaked your ass.
What I would have like wanted, like similar to you, like the hat would have been fine, but then like a red sparkly dress maybe, and then with the little mustard, maybe like going down, so it could still be camp, But
Mm-hmm.
for you to like, actually wear the wiener and the bun, it's a little bit too much, Taquita. A little bit
Oh,
too much.
oh my goodness, I haven't thought about Rob Dixon this week either. But once you said where the wiener, she popped into mind.
Oh my God. Um, what I was about to say. Oh, also with Christian, I feel like people feel like, oh well, he started on Bravo, so maybe he'll have some grace for the housewives. And I'm just like Christian's like fashions are like he's that girl. There's just no if, ands, or buts about it. So I don't know
Then
why they
he
would
needs
think. Hmm?
he's got to understand, as that girl, you can't worry about heifers because
Hmm.
you're designing for elegant women that can afford couture. You're designing dresses for women with $30,000 in cash with those type of events to attend. The housewives don't ever attend a real gala. You ain't ever seen them at the Met. Bet.
Well, speaking of housewives and Rob's wiener, what did you think of the premiere of Real Housewives of Potomac this past Sunday?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. I was happy about it.
Excuse me? Can you say that again? What?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. We have had to suffer through Housewives of Dubai and Summer House Martha's Vineyard.
You hate
Rob
that show.
and that awful season of Housewives of Jersey. Bravo, I am dry and parched in the desert, and we finally have reached the watering hole, and it is full. I'm going to be appreciative. I'm going to find a reason to have some joy that this crap's back on. Because, gee, I don't know. Maybe I spoke it to insistence that it was a bad season. I can't do it again. So I actually did enjoy the heifers. I think Rob not being there and Giselle knowing, okay, I can't be the same asshole that I've been. It'll be interesting to see.
Well, I agree with you. I actually enjoyed it as well. Like it just felt like just easy to like just enjoy. There was light shade, especially with the Karen non-alcoholic drink, or
Oh,
or you can read, like like it
yeah,
was just fun shade. Like I said in my review, there was no one sulking at the table making faces. We didn't cut to their confessional saying that they hate somebody. um Also, you said about Giselle without Robin. I also want to highlight Wendy without Candace, because that actually pushes her to like at least make amends with Giselle. Like, we need to move forward. Like, we get it. Y'all hate Giselle, but like, look at the bigger picture. That's all I'm saying. And I feel like since Wendy's work friend isn't on the show anymore, like, maybe she could come back, but I feel like Wendy can now like actually move forward as well.
I'm enjoying the two new girls or friends or whatever. They're pretty and interesting.
Yes, Stacy, I really like her because she has a frenemy vibe with Karen. Like, it was so funny how they were sparring a little bit, like so subtly at the dress when they were trying on dresses. Like Karen brought up her marriage, like with her ring, like, oh, honey, where's your ring? And then later on, Stacey was like, oh, is it okay to drink in front of you? You know, like it was so
I
good.
missed that.
Yeah. So, like, and she gives me a Kenya Moore vibe just a little bit, but she don't start out as an asshole.
Yes, but I get that Kenya strong character vibe too.
Yeah. What else I liked about it? Mia, a lot of people don't like Mia. Like I've seen that in the comments, but Mia is just doing her job.
I think the thing is, Mia is good television, but she isn't a woman we would let in our home.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'd let her in to call 911, but we'd have to watch her the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, pardon this right now. It's like, of course, when we start filming, the sun starts to set, and I'm right across from buildings, the skyscrapers. So it's reflecting in my face. I'm doing my best.
Also, it's that time of year when the sun just starts to shimmy across the sky when
Right.
it's like, because like when it gets in mid-season, it's fine, but like every day the sun is on its journey now, so your lighting will change.
Yeah. Thankfully, the face card is approved, though. It's like
Yes,
right
indeed.
now. But yeah, like I'm excited to review it. Like I'm shocked. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it like an 8.5. Like it was a good premiere.
Also, Mia, like the fact that we're gonna get the Maury Povich plot line of who's the actual pappy of them kids, and like the fact that Mia's lies are unraveling about, this relationship, the timeline is shifting. Another season where she cannot keep her timeline of events straight.
I agree.
I mean, even Carlos King is calling her Mia be lying.
I was about to say her timeline is as straight as Carlos King. Also, Ashley, this is her time to like really shit or get off the pot. Like she's tested this season. Like either get a divorce or get off the show. Like stop wasting our time.
And I mean, she said she's ready to get a divorce now, but I don't know, like, did that, like, were you trying to run out the clock on your little nump? Or, because I think that coot ain't giving you nothing.
Right.
Do you have another man waiting in the wings? Or did he just get tired of you? Because I think it may not be you're ready. It may have been he said you're off the titlet.
Mm-hmm.
That Amex may have been canceled.
Anything else about Potomac before we move on that stood out to you? I feel like we covered everything.
Yeah, we'll get to Giselle's house next episode.
Yes. Well, speaking of more reality TV shows, I didn't watch, but what do you think of House of Villains?
I haven't gotten to that yet either because they did a back-to-back premiere. I'm hopeful because when we start off with the line of, now I thought I could come to you because I've always respected your hairline on television.
New York, ladies and gentlemen.
I was like, let me get rid of all the housewives. And then I was like, today, after this, I will sit down with both episodes of House of Villains and the herbal freshness that it deserves. Because that's like sitting down to a family dinner. You want to have your accoutrement. That's going to be a 2-hour special.
I saw some clips, and another one that I enjoyed also involved Teresa. Like, you know how she prides herself on being a chef? Well, she cooked for the house and was like, she was cooking a roast and maybe some other stuff. Like, everyone said her food was terrible in the confessionals. And one person didn't even eat it, and they put him on blast at the table for being messy. And everyone was like, it was too salty. It was like eating a salt bomb. And I'm just like, well, there goes that. She really can't cook.
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. I mean, let's be honest, half the Italian food is not good in New York. Half. Not all, but half of it can go.
I don't know about that. Like in New York, it's like, you're going to get good pizza, Chinese food, Thai, definitely, um, Caribbean cuisine. I one cuisine I probably wouldn't recommend in New York is Mexican. Like you could go to
No.
California for that,
Yeah, you
like
need to go to.
LA.
We don't have Mexicans.
Well, yeah, like Dominican food is great.
You can get all the Dominican food, all the Puerto Rican food. I can tell you right now, go to Florida Broadway, right off the 137 stop. Yeah, you know it. You know that is one of the best Cuban sandwiches you will have, and I bet you it's still $6.
Right. And then you could go to Little Italy too if you want something real, like if you want where they don't use canned sauce.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Give me Arthur Ashe Bronx, Little Italy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I tried to do House of Villains season 1, and I don't know, like it's the only show that I quit like after I think a few episodes because I was already like I had at least 5 franchises going on at the same time. I was just like, this isn't as good enough to watch, like to review, especially if the views ain't viewing.
Mm-hmm. It's like ain't nobody checking in on the show. It's like I love it when people say I don't watch the show, but I watch your review. But if you ain't watching the show and you ain't watching my review, then I need to tune out.
Exactly. I'm about to put my shades on, y'all.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting. I'm trying to wait, but Jesus Christ, like, good grief. Let me see which ones I like.
I hope you like them all. You own them.
I know, right? I think I like the first ones better. Yeah, I like the first ones better. This is hilarious, y'all. Like, I have to really wear sunglasses while talking to y'all.
Do you have any Halloween movies you're looking forward to seeing?
I always watch Hocus Pocus. I do want to suggest a scary movie that's out right now with Demi Moore. It's called The Substance. I've been hearing so much about it, and I really want to see it. So.
I know about it, and I want to see that. There is so y'all know Forest Rocks, the YouTuber, love her. Her cousin has directed a bite-sized Halloween episode on Hulu, and I'm going to be reviewing that, and it's called Mr. Crockett. And the episode is getting some buzz on TikTok, so y'all go check that out and support our girl.
Yeah, it looks a little bit too creepy for me. And then I heard there's Terrifier 3 that's coming out, but that's basically murder porn.
Yeah, I can't do Terrifier 3. That's like I can look at those type of movies, but I have to look at it from a special effects standpoint. And then I'm like, okay, wow, that's actually really interesting when it's like how they use, different materials and how they made it all happen. If you look at it like that, it's not scary. It's like, oh wow, that's really interesting. But yeah, it's not enough plot. I don't like to see people hurt. Like I enjoy something good, something scary, but I like to see people survive the horror movie. Like I want you to be scared, but I want somebody got to get out of it. Like 1 or 2 people can go, but somebody got to live to tell the damn story. I don't like the ones where like everybody dies at the end. I'm like, that was kind of pointless.
Right. And they said at the first showing, 3 people walked out, someone vomited. Like, and this was like the first 10 minutes. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to see all that. Like, you have to be a surgeon in order to see this, like, act without like flinching.
Please watch Speak No Evil. I have. Oh my God, with Brittany Murphy and Michael Douglas. Speak No Evil was really good. Speak No Evil was great. You would like Speak No Evil because it's not that type of a scary movie. It's more of a thriller.
Well, there is a new thriller on Netflix, which I thought was really cool. It's like it's called It's What's Inside. I think you should definitely watch it. You should watch it. I was high as hell while I was watching it, but think Freaky Friday mixed with Black Mirror.
Okay.
And that's basically what to go into. And it is a wild ride. I definitely recommend it. It's a
I
thriller. It's not like scary at all. It's just a mind fuck.
Okay. I saw a little commercial of it from Netflix on TikTok. So I have something of an idea. I don't want to spoil it too much, but yes, that looks like something that would be up my alley.
Mhm.
Speaking of something that wouldn't be up our alley, but was on Netflix, or I guess still is, Love is Blind star drops bomb on the fiance Ashley about fathering 3 children.
Wow.
I think it is time for one of two things to happen. Either, ladies, do not go on these shows thinking you gonna find love. Go on here to promote your brand. Go on here to get a deal. Go on here to make your money. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just telling you, you ain't gonna find love doing it. Because these producers are now talking about how difficult it is to find men for these shows. They're like, you will get like 500 women the first day that are earnestly looking for love. And you will get a couple of agents that have like some part-time actors that will submit them for the men for these shows. So they're coming in, and these are the only guys they have to pull from are guys that, like, they might have 2 guys or 3 guys that want love, but they ain't TV pretties. They ain't getting cast in them. They don't want to talk about that. And there's a lot of women that would be like, look, I don't care if he TV pretty. Is that mortgage TV pretty? Is that credit TV pretty? That credit TV pretty. We can get them teeth fixed. He just cheap.
I guess we can get into celebrity news. Starting in the beginning of the week, I'm trying to think which was first. Let's get to like Jay-Z and Beyonce. So they threatened legal action against Pierce Morgan. Remember when I told you that it was somebody I told, like, it doesn't make sense for them to sue Jaguar White like directly. They will get no money out of it. But sue the platform, sue the person that is giving them the platform. And like, I think it just went viral. Like, it spread like wildfire because I couldn't believe they put her on that. So yeah, Piers Morgan actually apologized to Beyonce and Jay-Z, and they said they cut out their names from the interview. Like, to make Piers Morgan apologize, like, they knew their lawyers were not playing.
They did, but I feel like he was ready to apologize, but he was going to put her. He knew, I'm going to have to retract this, but I'm going to put this out just to put it out in the ether because he's that type of a fart head.
I just think, it really is just some heinous shit. And then people are just starting to believe things like, it just doesn't, it's just so far-fetched. And if Jay-Z is guilty, the feds are doing their jobs, but like, to try to, like, I don't know, it's just this bloodlust, like I said, to see Beyonce's downfall.
It's a perfect storm because we've had these rumors that were, floating around for years, and now we've got some real hard video evidence, some testimony, some federal indictments where it's like, oh, everybody was telling the truth. And this is like major where it's like, wow, where now we've all had to kind of question, okay, what do I need to brush that off as a rumor? Which then gives people like Jaguar Wright, where, oh Lord, that half a broken clock. And so now it's like, well, shit, what else does she know? Could she be right? And then she's right a little bit more. Oh, so then it's like, okay, now we all kind of get Joan of Arc syndrome, and we like, okay, Oracle, go on and keep speaking.
Exactly. But like I said, I'm not saying she's lying about everything, but you just can't be saying anything like that, which is like basically like libel and slander at the end of the day. Even if you do say allegedly, like you can't put that out there, especially on that platform, and they know that, you know, whoever network that is, like they have the coin to be sued.
Yep.
So yeah, it's whatever. Like I'm not about to attack Beyonce and Jay-Z until there is like credible proof, you know, instead of like hearsay.
If I want to attack him, I'll talk about his hump. That's still relevant. If I want to talk about Beyonce, you know, she's got that jean line coming out, and I'm sure that'll give me enough material to tour on. Honestly, I could do a whole 15-minute set on her fashions line without any preparation. So I always have enough to talk about with her.
I'm glad for you. But speaking of people who actually do heinous things, like Diddy's trial is set for May 2025. Is he trying? He's trying to appeal his bail now. I'm not sure if they accepted it or not. I don't think they are, but like I don't put anything past appeals.
I mean, I think they're going to let him sit. When you've got racketeering and witness tampering, and they say they're still concerned about you being in custody, I think they're gonna let him cool his heels in the clink until May. Oh my god! But they're saying he's like the worst thing about jail is the food. I think jail is the worst thing about jail.
Well, that's the thing. Like jail isn't supposed to be pleasant, so it is what it is.
It is what it is. Oof. The thought, like I want to hug my Chick-fil-A sauce just thinking about it. Just thinking about prison food. Oh,
you know, just speaking of that Chick-fil-A sauce,
I have to hold some salsa too.
Oh my god!
I need to keep my flavors near me.
Well, you know, I have my honey, my spicy honey,
and you know, and sauce. Some hot sauce also for good measure.
You are crazy. Like you just put 3 sauces next to you. I'm mad that's all in your reach right now. Thank you, Crew, for the super chat. Chris, I love your hoodie and the glasses. Well, this isn't a hoodie. This is just a sweater that I got from National Geographic. I went to a film festival and they had like a documentary of some sort.
See, that's why I'm moving back to the East Coast. You always be going to a film festival. I'm gonna start going to a film festival so I can tell J-Lo she can't act before she hits the theaters.
Stop. I just have friends in, you know, different areas of entertainment. That's all. But that sauce just made me think of like they finally have the barbecue sauce, the Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce on shelves. It was just $7, huh?
What do you mean finally?
I haven't found a store that carried it. And then I saw one in Harlem, but I was like $7. I don't know if I feel like paying that.
I've been buying it for years on the shelf for $4.99.
The barbecue sauce, because normally it's just the
No, they got the Chick-fil-A, the barbecue, the Polynesian.
No, they in New York, to my knowledge, where I've been, they only have the Chick-fil-A sauce and the Polynesian. That's it. But then I saw the barbecue, I was like, what? Oh my god. We are so fat.
God.
So fat. But yeah, I don't really care about the whole Diddy thing. Like, may he stay in jail until his final days.
Final days.
Yeah, like I think he wants to get out so bad because he knows that, you know, he's going to be sentenced.
Yeah, permanently.
Right.
That's going to be, you know, and you're not getting out.
Correct. What else is going on? So T.I. is retiring, and he said he doesn't need the money anymore. And I'm just like, well, I wonder what money that T.I. came across to make him say that he does not need money anymore. I wonder.
I mean, yeah, like I gotta say that is a lucky life. You have skated on more federal charges than any president I know.
Right.
They
And
they got 45 on his charges. You skated. You married a millionaire. Maybe that was your penance.
well, it's so funny how they were in the court system for something different. And now, like, they just want a settlement. And that is retirement money.
But that's retirement money for everybody in the room. We got 519 people in the room with you and me. That's 521. We could make $71 million retire all of us.
I agree.
We could put that in the fund, buy a little compound. We'll be fine.
Oh my God, doll look-alike lawsuit. Yes.
Divas Fortress asks, what is a biffa? A biffa is a self-actualized heifer. A biffa is who a heifer is aspiring to be. I would say Diane Carroll, biffa. Diana Ross, biffa.
Okay. We love
Rose said, hell, I'll take $500,000. And we'd be fine with that.
Definitely. I would take 50K right now.
Sure would.
Anywho, good for them. I mean, personally, like T.I. could have been retired. I really don't want to see him on stage.
I was about to say, was anybody asking for, I can do whatever you like? Was anybody asking for that? No, we weren't even asking you to be on the nostalgia tours. So take your little catalog and sell it like Eve. But baby, I know you thought here's the thing. If you were so much of the culture, you wouldn't be so quick to put down the microphone. Now we see you was only here for a quick buck. Well, I'm glad you got it. Now you can get the fuck out of our face. And speaking of faces, put some of that money towards your son's grandchild. Just because your son had to run around with that face, don't make your grandchild do that. I'll call CPS. That's wrong.
Whew. Well, he's actually going to be performing somewhere where I work. I'm going to probably make sure to request off that day.
God, I can only hear the pontification now.
Oh, can you take the comment?
Oh, sorry. Somebody said, what's T.I. retiring from? That's a good question because you haven't put out new music in at least a decade.
Yeah, I would love him to just retire from using a thesaurus as well. Wrong, I might add.
I was going to say somebody should have given him a dictionary, not a thesaurus, a dictionary. That's what he needed.
Speaking of rappers, we have a lot of rappers in our hot topics today. Before we get to Dr. Dre, because I think this entire article needs to be shared, we will get to I saw on the Neighborhood Talk this person called Gunplay who was on Love and Hip Hop, I guess. I'm sure y'all saw the clip, but he posted a video saying he hasn't bathed in 3 days. And he said, bathing is for busters. Then he went on to say, y'all never scratched like y'all.
No, not interested.
And
he already looked unwashed enough on the show.
Right. I'm saying he looked dirty when he was probably taking baths. So could you imagine 3 days? Oh my God. And then he probably don't wipe either. You know that. Like if he ain't showering, I mean he ain't wiping either. Like ladies, please Don't let these, like, there are straight men out there that are clean. Please do not give people like Gunplay the time of day.
That traumatized me.
Right. He needs to be pistol whipped for even sharing that information.
Now that should have been taken down for community guidelines.
Exactly. And he went really in depth. I was like, what
Oh,
is it? Is it crack? Is it
yes.
meth?
Yes.
Horse tranquilizers?
Yes.
It was a lot. And yeah, he looked like he didn't brush his teeth. Like, if he's not taking baths, he's not
Oh
brushing
God,
his
I don't
teeth.
want. He's
Lord.
he's going to morph into a mite at some point.
His breath smells like earring backs, I'm sure. He also didn't wash, and he has a lot of hair. Probably didn't wash that. Oh my God. Like, his scalp probably looked like a sandbox. Like, oh my God.
My God, today.
Right. Sue him for emotional distress. Like, why are our Black blogs like giving those people attention? Why?
And
Why?
never mentioned us once.
Exactly. I want to, you know what? I'm going to be quiet. I was about to call somebody out, and I'm
We
not
can talk
gonna do
about it after the episode.
Right. I'll say it on the Patreon. I feel more safe on there. Oh, by the way, speaking of the Patreon, our Pop Roast Extra will be coming up. We'll also be answering questions, doing roast requests. And what else you wanted to do?
I'm going to be picking a house for you.
Explain.
So I am going to be going through where all the different places Chris has traveled, and I'm going to be picking 3 different properties and being like, okay, which would you like? Because like this is just going to be an exercise in thought, but I'm like, he's my friend. I know him pretty well. I bet I could pick out something he'd like.
Okay. Well,
But then when I get it wrong, you can roast it.
sure.
And I'm going to pick some wrong things just for you to roast anyway. Maybe I can ask you if this house could talk, what would it say?
And I've been so many places. I'll probably like narrow it down to maybe 3 cities. But if you want to join in on that, it's on my Patreon. It is patreon.com/cdiggy1. It's $4 a month. I have at least 300 videos on there, including Pop Roast Extra, which we do every month. So let's move on to Dr. Dre, because I literally just read this and this is hilarious. His former psychiatrist, it has been granted a temporary restraining order against him. And I'm just wondering, like, when I read the article, I was like, how? Like, what is the background of this story? So y'all can just pull up a seat right quick. So his therapist's name was Dr. Charles Sophie. He was a counselor for Dr. Dre during his marriage and divorce from his ex-wife, Nicole Young, who I'm sure cashed out. I'm sure she cashed out, which is why he's probably so angry. The counselor approached the court to force the rapper to stay 100 yards away from him and his 22-year-old son. The doctor claimed it became necessary for him to seek legal protection after the rapper threatened him in text messages over the past 18 months. The doctor said in filing that he wants the producer to stop contacting him via any communication outlet. He claimed the music mogul is well aware of where he lives and has been a visitor at his home in the past. The doctor also stressed that he cannot guarantee his dog's safety. You got to hide the dogs too.
Oh my God.
From Dr. Dre's wrath, and they say wrath. His fear is well spelled out. The bitter relationship between the rapper and the therapist began when he served as a mediator between him and his ex-wife. In the rap, from Dr. Dre's perspective, he accused the doctor of breaching his duty of trust and unleashing malpractice. So Dr. Dre claimed the therapist took his wife's side in the case and attempted to get her an unfair advantage. He also accused the doctor of slandering him maliciously as part of an effort to turn his son against him. And because of that, he said his son's relationship has, sour present day. So now the psychiatrist, he filed a lawsuit against Dr. Dre, citing threats to his safety. He noted he worked as a mediator, and things took a drastic turn after the case, I guess. So he talked about this. This went on for 14 months. He also accused him of sending associates and unknown men to trail his movements. He noted that the men disguised as law enforcement officers to know his location in his gated community. The therapist stated he became so paranoid by Dr. Dre's schemes, he had to bolster security on his property. The doctor declared that the producer's plan was for the disguised FBI, like you're disguising goons as federal agents. Like that is someone you just don't want to mess with. So he's like, they want them to gain access to his home to threaten his physical safety. And then last but not least, he accused the rapper of calling him degrading names like a bitch, a piece of shit, starting from February 2023. The experience has reportedly left the doctor in a state of emotional distress and concern for his safety. He noted that the sighting of the fake FBI agents trailing him forced him to purchase a bulletproof vest and cap in order to leave his house. Wow.
I don't put anything past anybody at this juncture, especially when they have the money to get away with it. I want to say this story is too fantastic to be true, but it might just be so fantastic it has to be true.
That is crazy. Like, I just can't imagine. Like, anytime you leave your house, you're scared. And you're looking around your shoulder because you have people in disguise ready to whip your ass.
It's like being black.
What happened?
It's like being black and dealing with the police on a regular day.
Sure. Man, I hope Beyonce don't do that to you.
Oh, please. For what? If that heifer ain't come after me now, she ain't coming after me ever. If she wants to go after anybody, let her go after her mother for those sorry dresses you put her in back in 1998. She's got bigger fish to fry than me.
Oh my God. How many people we have in the room?
588.
Great. Well, blessings to that therapist because, at least they were granted a restraining order.
So the court must have believed something.
Right.
But speaking of the word believe, let's talk about the news story that I don't. He's back at it yet again. Sissy Smollett, he hoo. So I'm minding my business, and I see on TMZ that a Fanny Smollett was apparently almost burglarized at her house. That's right, a Fanny Smollett, Tupac's mother. So in Los Angeles, she's in her home, hears a noise. Now, this is a black woman. In her home in Los Angeles, she hears a noise and goes outside to investigate. Is that what black women do? Maybe call the police. Maybe go get a weapon. Maybe run out the front door, into the garage, get in the car and leave. Most black women I know, they hear somebody trying to come in the back, they getting out the front. We passed that test in horror movies. Your mama really went out to the back. And we supposed to believe it. And again, it was two accomplices were apparently trying to get in. Two. Jesse, you giving the Osundario brothers work again? That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like to me. Honestly, this should have been we shouldn't have even report this. We shouldn't even report that. Tell the police, don't tell nobody.
Well, you're saying it runs in the family. You're very skeptical of this story that happened.
I mean, the family standing behind him. He's clearly trying to make a resurgence. He's got a new movie coming out with Vivica Fox. Who knows what stunts they tried? Oh shit. Okay. And also, he's broke now. So things are expensive in LA. They probably just want to get him back working again.
Oh Lord. Well, that is the mother of the gay Tupac. So, like, hey, maybe she's just as tough as her son.
She would have fought back.
Yeah.
She would have fought back.
Oh man. I mean, look. I don't really know what to say. Like, and yeah, his mom is black. I think his dad is white.
Yep. They had a picture of her up and everything.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad she's okay.
Me too.
I'm not sure if she wrestled them like herself, or did they catch the men?
No, of course not.
Oh my God, you said no, of course not.
Of course not. She scared him off.
Wow. Okay.
She scared them off.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. In our other favorite fighter news, an actual rapper, 50 Cent, is suing Uncut Gems actor and real life jeweler for copying a design of his custom necklace. I feel bad. You better just go on and run 50 his money. I just go on and send him the check.
Why would you play with him like that? Like you're going to get served a lawsuit.
Immediately.
Right. And he likes to play in court.
I mean, he had, like, him and Cardi B, they have nothing but time and resources.
Yes. Like the way Cardi B just like, how long has she been like sued Tasha K?
Oh, that's right. We forgot about that, but I'm sure Cardi didn't. Yeah, she still owes Cardi $4 million or $3 million. Cardi's letting her live right now. Because I mean, I know she can get some money, but yeah, it's gonna be tough to find $3 million there.
Right. It must be nice to be Cardi B's lawyer.
Yeah.
It has to be.
And then also, and don't let Cardi B just turn the judgment over to somebody with the time.
Right.
Because some of these lawyers will be unscrupulous and they'll find a way to take your YouTube channel.
I mean, if she really wanted to be petty, that's what she should have done. But hey, I'm glad Tasha still has her channel and she can still be messy.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
Also, I was on Twitter the other day and I saw someone, they actually had a list of like people whose downfalls they wanted to see. And I just thought it was hilarious. So let's just hypothetically play a game. Like, who is on your list of people who you wouldn't mind seeing their downfall?
Oh, this is hard, but I have to say Tyler Perry. Just because if we could just stop the flow of crap out of your studios. We can still use the studios, but you just can't write in them no more. If we could just do something that, like, maybe if we could find out you've been plagiarizing all this time, nothing sexual, just something where nobody would read anything you ever wrote again, because nobody should be anyway. So I would say him first. Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see people's heads explode. Just to see people, oh my God, I can't believe it. Way more than Beyonce. I don't want to see Beyonce's downfall. I enjoy some of her music. Wish she'd make something I liked more.
Exactly. Well, Diddy was on my list prior to the incident, so I'm very happy. Tory Lanez was on my list, so I'm glad to see that as well. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is on my list. He's just one of the corniest ninjas on the planet, and I'm just tired. I'm tired of him having a platform.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say it, Nicki Minaj. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you don't be that mean and wicked. Like, that is one wicked woman. And I'm sorry.
That is a good one. That is
Someone else said something I agreed with.
the Shade Room.
Would love to see the Shade Room's downfall. Zeus Network.
Oh, I'm so sad they don't have the Auntie podcast anymore. It was kind of cute.
The Kardashians. I would love to see that as well.
They're on their way out. Like, as I was coming up with my list, I was like, everybody that I'm like over is on their way out. Like, I'd say Kim Kardashian, but we don't even hear about them as much anymore.
Mm-hmm. Lil Boosie. Even though like mainstream media doesn't really give him attention, it's mostly like the black media that gives him attention. But the thing is, like, I just want him to do something illegal so we can finally get rid of him. That's all.
That's all. 50 Cent is on your list. At least 50 Cent has left Tierra Marie alone. She's somewhere cowering with her $5.
Right. I don't know. 50 Cent, I don't hate him that much. Like, he hasn't bothered a black woman in a long time.
Yeah, I remember he got a lot of clapback for making fun of Naturi Naughton. And Naturi was like, I'm a really good actress on his show. I don't know why he did that. Mm-hmm. And like, it was definitely, he was like, he apologized. He's like, I'm sorry. You are spectacular on my show. You do a great job. I shouldn't have said that. He realizes like, okay, that was too far. That was too far. And like, Naturi don't bother nobody. Mm-hmm. She come on, know her lines, give us emotion, and get off scene.
You know who's kind of on my list? Charlemagne. Like, I just hate that he's like the representative sometimes for like pretty much straight black men and black people sometimes. Like I don't know why the mainstream media goes to him for like an opinion or even getting a chance to interview Kamala.
Well, I mean, a whole lot of people get a chance to interview Kamala. Like, you know, she was on Married to Medicine. So if she was on with Dr. Heavenly, I'm that close to getting an interview with her myself. You running for president, you gonna talk to everybody.
Oh, yes. A special shout out. Yes. DJ Academics, Jerry the Mouse, Joe Budden. Would love to see that. And Russell Simmons.
Yes. I feel like Charlemagne got it when the resurgence of the allegations came out and the charges, and he lost the HBO show because he was like all about the king of mental health, and he was really rising, and then all that came back out, and all he was able to do was hold on to the Breakfast Club. He lost, like, he had like a couple other shows, and they were all like one season wonders.
Mm-hmm. Someone said Jason Lee in the chat. I mean, I don't really care.
I thought we were talking about people.
Right. He's kind of subhuman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every governor in the South. That's a good one.
And Candace Owens.
Yes. Ooh, yes.
I mean, I think all someone has to do is just throw a bucket of water on her and she'd melt.
Kirk and Rashida.
Now, why Kirk and Rashida?
Because they have been playing with the same he's been cheating on me plotline with the same woman for so damn long. Y'all sister wives, go on and enjoy it.
And a lot of people are saying Donald, but I mean, I just feel like that's obvious.
Yeah.
And let's
We
just
waiting,
say,
we waiting for sentencing. We're waiting for sentencing on him.
and downfall is different from another D word, but we'll move on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was fun. I just, someone actually had a list like of people on their downfall, like on their downfall list. And they put Nicki Minaj's name twice.
Damn.
It was too funny. But yeah, I mean, those are my hot topics that I have. Also I have Glorilla's album came out. I think no, Glorilla is like, she's that girl. Like, she is just.
I thought it was Sexy Red for a minute, and it was going to be a list of filthy track titles.
No. Like Glorilla, like Gloria Hallelujah. That's her real name. You're right. Like, she's just so fun. And I was listening to the album on my way home as I was just stumbling drunk. And it was like bop to bop. And I was just so pleased. And I'm just glad, like, when she first came out, I was just like, oh, I'm not really paying attention to her. She seemed like a little one-hit wonder, like a little Ice Spice, but I think she's here to stay for a minute.
Okay, I will check the album out because I was in these new girl. I mean, I'll be 42 in December. It is that I am at that age where all the new artists run together and all the new music sounds the same. But I will give this a listen.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy. Like, a lot of the songs, for the new generation, it's normally like under 3 minutes these days.
Yeah, that I can't even get. It's like they listen to interludes now.
Right.
Really, that's a Janet Jackson interlude.
Oh, I know we just couldn't have got through a PopRoast without mentioning like Janet Jackson. I just knew it. I knew it.
I mean, I didn't say anything negative. I just said that was the same time length as some of her intros.
Okay. Well, I think that's our hot topics, y'all.
Yeah. So I guess, do you have your I'll see you sooner then?
Yeah, but I feel like I'll go last.
Okay.
Because mine is just easy.
I'll see you sooner than we see Rob the Throb.
And my mom is calling me, Lord. I will see y'all sooner than Dr. Dre sees his therapist.